Hello, it's a brew day. It is a brew day. I don't know if you can hear outside, but it is blowing a gale out there. It's half term. It's a Wednesday morning. Who brews on a Wednesday? So, I'm not going anywhere. That's just not a brew out. To be fair, I meant to brew on Saturday, but it never happened. Or Sunday. It never happened, so I had the water and all sitting, so I just postponed it. Not a big deal. Yeah, so we're up to 10. Oh my fucking god. Just realised I haven't put the basket in. Anybody got any ideas about what we're gonna do here? What am I supposed to do? I have to get the basket in. I just poured the grain straight in there because you were talking to me. Okay. I can maybe pour it in there. I'll need to drain it off. Pour it into the robo brew maybe. Just tip it up. Because I don't really see what else I can do. But then the grains are going to be in there. I'm going to have to give it a wipe. This is already a fucking disaster. I hadn't even mashed in and it's a disaster. Right, that's it. Brew day over. Brew day cancelled. Everything's going in the bin. Okay, the cleanup plan is I've got this saucepan, which I was using to get the grain out of the bag, the sack. And we're just trying to get most of the water out, or most of the grain out at the same time, into that little fermenter down there. I think we've got enough out. And then we're going to try and tip the whole thing into the fermenter, so I may as well just leave the camera on and see what happens here. Because if it's gonna go wrong, it's gonna go wrong now. In fact, it's already gone wrong. It can't get any worse, can it? Really? Let's just turn the power off, just in case. The heat's off anyway, but you never know. So this thing, ugh, sheesh. Such a rookie mistake, isn't it? Okay, let's do it. I feel like it's going to be really heavy, but you know what, let's friggin' do it. So where do you grab it? Underneath? It's about 19.5 litres in water as well too in there, and plus whatever grain is in there. Ah, there we go. Now the question is, how do I get, if I get another person to help me, any volunteers, and scrape that grain off. Otherwise, come on you, stick that there, maybe. That could hold that. Okay, you're not going to be able to see this, I am aware of that, but it's precariously balanced. Fucking hell, there's a whole arse of it coming out. Ah! Abort! Don't try this at home. Only fully trained monkeys. You need years of experience in order to be able to mess things up this badly. Good job I'm off today. I'm not going anywhere because this brew day is gonna take a long time. It's fucking the grain is everywhere. The question is, should I give that a bit of a hose down? Probably should. Grain stuck in around that bloody ring as well too. What do you do? What do you do? This is gonna turn into a step mash. You just know. As soon as I hose that down, everything's gonna cool down. That it's gonna cool down. Ugh. Ugh. Right. Okay. Oh fuck, that's the grain in there now! I might just go back to bed, you know. Spilled a little bit of grain on the floor over there. It's just serenity now. Look at that. You're kidding me. That's rough out there. That's rough. We're sorted now. Had to hose everything down, had to tip it out, hose it down, tip it out. Oh, what a nightmare. Oh, that's it. Screw this. I haven't even had breakfast yet, I'm going. Is it record? I don't know. Right, I'm ready to do the sparge. Don't know if you can hear that outside. That is the bloody rain. I think it's loud in here. What do you see when I open the door? Even worse. So I've been trying to delay this, hoping that will go off, but no, it's not going off. So let's just do the sparge. Otherwise, I'll be out here all day, and I really don't want to be out here all day. Right, there we go. So let's see, it's about a 13 and a half litre sparge. Okay, there we're going now. Getting up to the boil. Oh god, look, this is what we're up against. How dark it is. This is midday. How dark it is. Looks like it's nearly nighttime. Absolutely horrible. Okay, that was the end of the brew day. We got there in the end. It was very wet most of the day. Got a little window there when I was doing basically after the boil finished. I'm doing the hop stand. I got a little window where it stopped raining. It was quite nice and sunny. It's starting to darken up, but I got most of the washing done apart from the pot. Most of it's done, so at least that's something. So yeah, there's our pre-boil, or there's our post-boil. Now, I'm a bit confused. It says 1040 on that. It should be 1045 in the recipe. It normally hit the numbers, okay, most of the time, like 90% plus. The tilt, I put the tilt in just to see what it says. It says 1045. Now I know a lot of people say the tilt is inaccurate, but that one there is pretty accurate to begin with. When it gets to 1020, it just kind of stops dead, even though it's like dropped below that. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But so I'm going to split the difference, I think, and just say 1043 or something like that. So I don't really care too much about it. There we go. That is our yeast going in. Let me put this in and then we'll show you what it is. Okay, so this is the California common yeast again. I know. Kind of buy these 100-gram packs now from Cross My Life. Really like it. I use this instead of USO5 these days, and I'm being quite pleased with the results. A room temperature brew yeast for all crisp lager steam beers, allowing malt and aroma to shine, which is what we want, isn't it? Especially the hops. 77 to 82%. Okay, so that's that. Now I found I've used this quite a lot, and when I put it under pressure, it does tend to slow down. It'll get to where it needs to be, but it'll slow, as soon as it gets to 10-20, it slows right the way down. So I'm going to try and keep it low. I kind of, in terms of the pressure, it's between 5 and 10 psi usually. So I'm going to try and keep it low, maybe 5, maybe even less, slightly less than 5, and see how it reacts. But as I say, it always gets to where it needs to be. It just slows massive. It goes really quick at the start and then slows way down, and you're just eking out the points, and I have to crank the temperatures right up to like 20 something, mid-20s or something, just to get it finished, but it always does. And that, friends, is our beer. Nice, light, straw coloured, good bit of clarity on it as well too. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. How it looks as well too, sexy as. Nice bit of bubbles going up as well too, so we know it's carbonated. The head is just, woo, superb. Now I don't know if it's going to stick about. I think it should, especially in this glass. Yeah, it probably will. Maybe it won't be quite as pillowy as that, but whew. Okay, let's run through the recipe then, just very quickly before we start. We have got 3.6 kilos of pale malt. That's the mince malt that I wanted to try. Chateau Wheat Blanc and Light Munich. Okay, and then Pilgrim hops all the way through. 60, 15, 30, sorry, 60 minutes, 15 minutes. Hop stand and dry hop, which is the normal kind of the way we do this beer every time. Just change out the hops. So yeah, we've changed out the hops and we've changed the ingredients. I don't imagine it's going to make too much of a difference, that small amount of Munich malt to put in there. I mean, it certainly hasn't done anything to the colour. Look at that, fantastic. It looks very much like the last one, which was very straw. It's a blonde ale, okay? Golden ale, blonde ale, same thing, isn't it? So it is a perfect colour. I really do like the look of that beer. Superb. Okay. Let's give it a whiff. It's 10 days in the keg here, so this is kind of about the sweet spot for doing it. Between 10 and 14 days, then the aroma will start to fade. Although with a beer like this, the lighter the beer, it seems to hang on to the kind of aroma more, noticed. Whereas if it's an IPA with loads of hops, maybe it's because you're throwing loads in that you kind of, you notice it when it starts to fade. Maybe that's the explanation for that. Okay, the main aroma that I'm getting off that is pears. Like the fruit, pears. Not purr, like a, I don't know, like a cat purring. I know my accent makes it, turns it, twists it all ends up, but yep, pears. I'm trying to be posh now with my pears. Pears. I'd like a pear, please. Shut up and do it. Yep. Definitely that kind of, there's a little, maybe a little bit apple, and definitely the whole orchard thing going on, let's say that, but more pears than anything else. Other than that, I'm not really getting anything else, just like pear juice. I mean, it looks good. I'm happy with this beer. So far, anyway. Nice and light. 4.5%. Easy to drink. I think you get more of the apple notes on the flavour. Still a bit of pear in there as well. There is a kind of earthy note, earthy woody kind of note, which is not unusual with English hops. A little spicy note on the end. Spicy as in like a Saz type of flavour. So light, it's so light and easy to drink. This is why I like this beer. I think it's just because it always looks good. It always seems to taste good. Allows you to kind of get an idea what the hops are like. It's only 4.5% as well too, so you can have quite a few. I'm not really getting any kind of floral notes, anything like that. which you would sometimes get with like East Kent Goldings, all that type of stuff, which I kind of presumed would be in this beer. Because, I mean, it's been a long time since I tried Pilgrim hops. As I said, it was all because someone sent me one of these in the smash off of 2019 maybe, 2018. So it's a long time ago, and I've drunk an awful lot of beer since then. It doesn't quite taste like that. From memory, it doesn't quite taste like that. And that definitely had that kind of floral type of notes to it, which I'm not picking up on that. So we're talking the fruits, definitely that kind of earthy character. It's not super prominent like it was on some of the other beers I've had, but it is kind of in there in the background. And then that spicy note on the end. In terms of the bittering, I would say this, the bittering, it does seem a little bit harsh. Now, and I don't mean harsh as in like really kind of intensely bitter or anything like that, because it's not. But there is kind of something in there, like you take it down and then you get this taste in your mouth, and it's that kind of spicy flavour, but there's something else in there, and I'm pretty sure it's the bitterness, and that's a surprise as well too, because this is supposed to be like a dual use hop, so you can bitter with it, or you can kind of get the aroma of it and flavour. So that's a surprise, and that type of hop always kind of works well with a beer like this. I mean, possibly I'm noticing it because it's the first beer I've had. Yeah, there's there. So maybe that's what it is. But I think if you would have, by the end of the second beer, I think you wouldn't really notice that anymore. You would kind of be used to it. So maybe that's not a big deal. So yeah, it's another good beer. The recipe definitely works. I mean, the light Munich, I can't really taste much. And then the Minch Malt, which is, I don't know that it would give off that kind of grainy flavour. I mean, maybe it would, I don't know, but we'll find out over time. But yeah, the only thing, as I said, wrong is that kind of harshness on the back end, which you can only assume is coming from the bittering hops. But again, that's unusual because this is supposed to be, you know, rounded bitterness, I think is what it says. So yeah, all in all, it's another good beer. I'm going to do this again because I really enjoy doing this recipe and trying different hops and see what they're like. I mean, on the scale of what we've done so far, and there's been quite a few, I wouldn't say this is one of the best. I mean, technically it's fine, there's nothing serious wrong with anything, but I think just maybe the other hops had more kind of punch or something to it. Whereas those Pilgrim they're quite mild. They're nice, but they're quite mild. Anyway, cheers. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. See you next week.